All right, so now power of a quotient. So quotient means division. So basically when we have a fraction taken to a power, it's the same thing as power of a product. So I'm just going, like for the example we have here, or our A's and B's, if I had A over B all to the mth power, I would end up with A to the m over B to the m. So when I have this -3 here, I'm going to distribute it to every base. All right, so there's the coefficient, the x, and the y. So all three of those, I've got to take this -3 to. So I'm going to end up with 2 to the -3rd, x, and since this is distributing, we're going to multiply. So it's going to be negative. 6 times -3 is 18, -18, and then over y, and 4 times the -3 is -12. And then from here, we just have to deal with the negatives, which just flips everything. So the y will move to the top and become y to the +12. The 2 to the -3 becomes 2 to the +3, and x to the -18 moves to the bottom, becomes x to the +18. And the only last thing to do is to evaluate the 2 cubed. So we end up with y to the 12th over 8x to the 18th. And so it's very similar to our power of a product. It's just making sure we distribute to everything within a fraction. So next problem. So same thing here. I'm going to distribute to the z, and if it helps, put a 1 with the bases that don't have exponents written there explicitly. If there's not an exponent, the exponent is an invisible 1. And so that 3 is going to go to that 5 as well. Maybe, you just don't need the arrow because evidently the arrow is too much. All right, so I've got 2/3 times 3 over 1. 3's cancel out, so we're going to end up with z to the 2nd power over, and then I'm going to do 1 times 3, so 5 cubed. Evaluate the 5 cubed, we get z to the 2nd power over 125. It really is that you are distributing. The one mistake students make, though, is not distributing to the constant terms. All right, so don't be that student. Make sure you distribute to all terms. And that's all I've got for you. And that constant term or that coefficient, making sure you distribute to it, that is for both a power of a product and a power of a quotient. So until next time where we talk about rational exponents. Peace out, 8th grade.